All right, blow off top now. Blow off top in Bitcoin and crypto and the stock market for the next few weeks and even month. And Pablo has called this. Have you been following all along? Because Pablo has been talking about this blow off top for a long time. And more importantly, the altcoin season. What's happening with altcoin season? I believe it has just started. I'm going to show you the evidence, right? It's basically, well, here's Bitcoin, for example. This massive channel, right? It's not just connecting the tops, but we're also connecting the bottoms all the way back to 2017 bull run. And look at this, Bitcoin has smashed through it. Here was the 108, 109K top. And folks might remember I called for massive resistance around 108, 109K because of this massive trend line. So I've been saying it's going to be a blow off top, not a rounded top like this one. This one was a rounded top, right? In 2000, the 64K top in 2021, right? April, March 2021, took like 4 months, right? Rounded top, shoulder, head, shoulder, right? And this one was still sort of a rounded top and it was a double top, right? I don't think we're going to have that this time. So it's going to be a blow off top. So for people saying double top, 109K, 112K, I've been saying that's the least likely to happen. I can never say anything's 100%, right? World War III could start tomorrow, but I would say that is the least likely and we're going for a blow off top. If it's going to be a blow off top, it needs to go straight up like this, break even this 12-year rising channel, like that's an 80 rising channel is already very serious channel, and most coins would not even touch there. Most stocks would not even get to that point, get rejected and then go down. But Bitcoin breaks through and keeps going, so it just looks very, very strong. Now, what does a blow off top look like? In 2017 cycle, we had the blow off top. This is a regular chart. This is a weekly chart, so this is what it looks like. And you know, even here, less than $1,000 got to $20,000. So basically 20x run, like crazy runs. I don't think Bitcoin's going to do anything nearly as crazy as that, but the shape of the run should be like this, like this, like this, like the biggest gains in the last 3 weeks. Boom, 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 right? With very crazy pullbacks like this. And the biggest gains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Especially the last 2 weeks, like the biggest gains ever. And then massive dumps. Right, so basically, not in the shape of this. This is what we're getting at. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys some of how is it that I believe an altcoin season has started. Well, we all know this is we've seen this chart for altcoin season for a long time now. It's basically first Bitcoin makes parabolic moves, and then finally the money rotates into money flow rotation into Ethereum. Which do you believe we're seeing right now? ETH has done a 2.5x from $1,300 to $3,000 now, 2.5x, right? And then into the large caps like the Solana, like the Binance, BNB coins, right? Doge, those ones. And then finally the mid caps and the small caps and the tiny caps and the meme coins, right? So-called Altseason. Right now, we've got tick, and most people are like, oh, where are the large caps, Pablo? Where are the large caps? Well, if you've been paying attention, this is Sunday evening, Monday morning, Asian time zone, and let me show you where the altcoins are pumping. For example, like Algorand. Algorand made a move from 15 cents to 30 cents now. It has doubled, and most of the move came basically in the last 2 or 3 days, like boom, 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 right? That's pretty big considering Algorand is like this $3 billion, right? In market cap, FDV. Another one we could look at is HBAR. HBAR is also making this kind of move. And I'll tell you guys why these coins are finally making these kind of moves is very specific. It's due to a law they're passing in the United States Congress right now this week, crypto week, right? And so this is why these coins like HBAR, Sui as well, these layer 1 coins are making this move. But before I answer that question, first let's all answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo Jimenez use? Well, Pablo uses exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. That means even the exchange can't see who you are. So that means the IRS can't see you. tax office can't see you, FBI, CIA, nobody can see you. Total privacy. That's why Pablo created this link with them, right? Win up to $18,000 just by trading. Deposit $100, get $20 USDT futures bonus. It's basically 20%. Deposit $1,000, get 200 USDT futures bonus. So just by trading, win up to $18,000. This is limited time offer, ends on 12th of August. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're watching on any other platform, such as this one, that's okay. Just go to my profile page and it'll be in the Stan link or my link tree right there. This should be the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. Okay, let's get back to the markets. And remember, folks, this is only on the Pablo Himen link. Only on the Pablo link. So the reason why this is happening is because of the United States is about to pass or going through Congress right now, something called the Clarity Act, right? The Clarity Act basically says only things like H-bar, right, are called commodities and not a security. I'll show you one more for people who say altcoin season hasn't started. This is Sui. Oh, sorry, not Uni. This is, where's Sui? Here it is, Sui. Also making a big move. So Sui's gone also almost did a 2x, but look at these big moves in the last couple of days. SEI, S-E-I, if that's how it's pronounced, from 25 cents. I mean, they are starting to move. You can see they're basically starting to move. So I believe the layer ones are starting to move. Why are they starting to move? Because the Clarity Act, right? That's going through Congress this week. There's 3 major legislations going through US Congress this week. And they're all basically, there's the Clarity Act, Genius Act about the stable coins, and one more. Clarity Act basically says wants to clear up, give clarity for once and for all what is a commodity and what is a security. If it's a security, if a token like say Uniswap or Pancake Swap, or Chainlink, if that's, or XRP, I'm not sure about XRP, but if that is a security, then it needs to comply with a lot of the security laws of the United States. It gets a lot more complicated. But if it's like Bitcoin, then it is defined as a commodity, and that's why we're seeing these pumps, because the way they've defined it hasn't passed Congress yet, but it looks like it's going to pass. The way they've defined it basically means that you have to have your own native chain. These are called digital commodities, right? And the way they've defined it is basically something that is, they have their underlying blockchain systems, something. I had to read through this before, right? But essentially, it asks you to be operating on your own native chain. So what that means is this. So for example, layer ones like C, like Sui, like not Virtues, because Virtues operates on Base. So for example, like Core is a layer 2 of Bitcoin. Not sure if that qualifies or not. So for example, Solana, it's operating native to its own blockchain. So Solana qualifies, and Doge actually, is actually just they just copy the code of Bitcoin and change the inflation parameters and a few other parameters. So Doge actually qualifies. So that's why these layer 1 coins are benefiting. One recently launched coin that actually benefits from this act is Kita, which I've spoken to about a lot. Like Fartcoin and Virtue, I also like them, but they actually don't benefit from this coin from this legislation. Under this legislation, it could actually be classified as whatchamacallit, as security, right? Then there's a bunch of different legislation. Link I like a lot, but unfortunately Link is not its own layer 1. So it's built on Ethereum. So ICP is Internet Computer is its own chain. Hype does have its own chain. HBAR has its own chain. So these three are safe. So the other ones, it may not be a big deal. ENS, for example, which I like a lot, but it is built on Ethereum. So if it has its own chain, then you're safe from this law. Doesn't mean the other coins won't pump, but it just means that probably at this stage, when everyone is fussing over the Clarity Act, the ones that qualify, the layer ones, will be the first ones to move. And it looks like, who cares about the Clarity Act? Like if you live outside the United States, well, Wall Street cares about the Clarity Act, because Wall Street money, they need to comply with US laws. And they're talking about billions of dollars investment, so they really need to comply. So this could potentially mean that a lot of these layer one coins are going to list on Wall Street as an ETF. So even coins like Ethereum Classic or Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, BCH, LTC, ETC, all these coins that might sound like a joke to you, but they could list on Wall Street as an ETF ahead of all the other, great coins like Virtues, Fartcoin, not KTA, but, Swarm, all those great coins that I've been talking about. So they could list ahead of them because they qualify as a commodity. So a lot of Wall Street money can power into that. Wall Street's so big, man. It's like $35 trillion in stock market cap. So even like one-tenth of that trickled into crypto. Let's say 1/100th of it. That's 350 billion. If 350 billion came into crypto, cash came into crypto, it would lift crypto another 3 or 4x, like the entire market cap, right? That's just 1% of Wall Street's stock market. So one thing to watch out for. One thing to watch out for is this. Basically, have a look at these crypto stocks that I've been talking about. So the reason why I want to emphasize, right? The reason why I'm talking about these crypto stocks is because, like, for example, UpXI. UpXI is basically a Solana ETF. So or Treasury. So if what I just said, Clarity Act gets voted through, then that means the US Congress and Wall Street will prioritize layer one coins. That means Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, BNB, those coins. And then what happens is, at least in this phase of the bull run, in this early phase of the alt season, then things like UpXI and SBET would benefit the most because they're holding Ethereum, they're holding Solana, they're holding basically, and also this BTCS, BTBT, and GAME. Folks probably can't see it because my screen has blocked it, but there you go, BTCS, GAME, BTBT. These ones, the reason why they all hold Ethereum, some of them hold Bitcoin, and some of them hold Solana. Other than the reason I've just provided, here's the other reason. Now, this altcoin season is going to be a little bit different. I believe it is starting now already because we're seeing all these layer ones making a run. So officially, I think it's already started. If you look at Bitcoin dominance right now, it hasn't broken down yet, has not broken down yet. But I believe altcoin season has started. But the key question is this: what are you going to buy during this altcoin season? Like, sure, Ethereum can do well, probably do 4 or 5x from the bottom. What's 5x for Ethereum from the bottom? That would be 6,500. 6,500 is a lot higher than Ethereum at its all-time high, which was 4,800. Right? But 6,500 is just a little bit more than 2x from here, right? So what else are you going to buy? Solana gets to $300, $350. Wow, amazing. That's only 200. That's only a 2x from here, even though it's hit new all-time high. So then you got to take the risk of choosing from one of them, literally 1 or 2 million altcoins and meme coins that are out there. There's just too much supply. So therefore, I've been saying that the altcoin season would happen on chain, but it's going to be difficult to pick which coins, right? Because there's just too many coins. Like if you say RWA coins, there's so many to choose from. If you say gaming coins, there's so many to choose from. If you say AI coins, there's so many to choose from. AI agents, so many to choose from. So, however, if we narrow it down to the stocks, right? Because my logic is that a lot of the stock market money will not go into crypto, will not go on chain. The Wall Street money, as I've just told you guys, there's a lot of it. They may not go on chain to buy a tiny meme coin or even to buy something great like Virtues or Fart Coin or Swarm. So they don't have exposure. These coins, even though if they're great, they don't have exposure to Wall Street. You know what has exposure to Wall Street? These things that you've never heard of, right? These things that are Bitcoin treasuries, that are Ethereum treasuries, that are Solana treasuries. Wall Street readily has access to them. Imagine if 1% of Wall Street got into these. That's like 300, as I just told you guys, $350 billion. That would create a market cap of something like $1 or $2 trillion for these coins. That would of course include MicroStrategy, MetaPlanet, and some of those. That would be huge already. So that's why I think it pays to keep an eye out on some of the stocks that are listed on Wall Street, because there are less of them and there's a lot of liquidity, a lot of money on Wall Street that could, even a small drop from that bucket goes into it would create a tidal wave. Whereas in crypto on-chain, right, I have big bags of lots of coins, but there's an oversupply there. Of course, I hope there will be a massive bull run for the on-chain altcoins, but it's getting harder and harder to pick the winners. Okay, thank you for your time, guys. Catch you next episode.